Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing absolutely well. Guys, in this video, we will be seeing the latest interview experience of GenC. So in this interview experience, I have taken all the questions that were asked to the candidate, and you will see a pattern that based on how the introduction given by the candidate, the subsequent questions were asked to them. So make sure that you watch the video till complete end so that you don't miss any of the questions, because one single question, if you miss one single question and then the same question can come in your interview, and if you don't know the answer, you will regret on it later. That's why I'm saying prepare best now itself. And if you have any doubts regarding any of the questions, you can ask me in the comment section. Also, before we start the video, if you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as I'm going to post more videos on interview experiences soon. So there is a complete playlist on Cognizant preparation on my channel. I have already uploaded many interview preparation videos related to your tech HR round, your technical round, oops in one shot. Make sure to check all those videos, and if you want any more videos, you can ask me or request me in the comment section of this video. Also, please comment down the interview date of yours interview. Okay, like if you have already got the shortlisting email or your next interview round email, please comment down that date. So without wasting any time, let's get started with today's interview experience. Let's look at this question. The first question, as always, is going to be tell me about yourself or introduce yourself. And in this case, it is also asked in the introduction only that also explain about your projects which you have done. Okay, so let's see one of the sample answers, but I would highly recommend that you create your own customized answer, because this is very short. Because if you are also explaining your project, you have to explain a bit more about it, and also while giving your introduction, you should say data which is relevant to you. Let's see what can be one of the answers. I am, and then you have to tell your name, and I have a strong background in programming with experience in Python, SQL and cloud technologies. I have worked on several projects including, then you have to mention about your project details. One of my notable projects involved machine learning, where I use supervised learning algorithm to describe whatever you have done in the project. You have to describe that. Through this, I gained expertise in working with data preprocessing, model training, evaluation techniques. Basically, guys, understand, introduction question is your way to set the direction of interview. Okay, basically, set the direction of interview means what? Basically, with your introduction, you are setting the direction of your interview. You are telling interviewer that ask questions to me on these topics. That is, if you see whatever the terms that I have used in these in this introduction, mostly the next upcoming questions will be around that. And if you see the technologies also, so whatever technologies you will say, mostly around that only you will get the questions. Okay, I get a lot of doubt. Okay, what will be the technology or the language on which I will be asked question? Either will it be Python or Java or like C++ or what? See, I would highly suggest that it depends on interviewer to interviewer, but if you feel that you are confident much in Python, then do one thing. In your introduction itself, you focus that I have good expertise or experience with Python, so that you are telling indirectly to the interviewer that please ask me questions on Python. Okay, and most of the, I told you already, 80% or 85% of the interviewers will always ask you that what is your preferred programming language. So but there might be cases where they will not ask, and they will directly ask you that please code in this language. So you have to be prepared accordingly. Let's now move on to the next question. What are supervised learning algorithms? Okay, again, as I told you, this was covered in the introduction, so that is why this is asked. So let's see what can be the answer for this one. Supervised learning is a type of machine learning where the model is trained using labeled data. It involves input-output pairs, and algorithms learns to map inputs to the correct output. Common supervised learning algorithms include linear regression, logistic regression, decision trees and random forest, support vector machines, which is SVM. Okay, so this is how you can answer. So that is why I always say, whatever you are speaking in your intro, make sure you know everything from it. Okay, don't say any random thing which you don't even know, because they will definitely question you based on what you say in your intro. Okay, let's see next. What is the difference between tuples and lists in Python? Okay, so see, as he mentioned that I have experience with Python, so here they have asked questions according to that also. But this is a very general question also, so you should not expect that if you have not said Python, then you might not get this question. So you should know the answer of this question. Okay, let's see what are the differences. So there are differences based on different features. First is mutability. So tuples are immutable, which cannot be changed, and list is mutable. Okay. Next up, we have based on syntax. So tuples are defined using these circular brackets, and lists are defined using square brackets. Next is your performance. Tuples are faster due to immutability, whereas lists are slower as they allow modifications. Use case, tuples are used when data should remain constant, whereas lists are used when frequent modifications are needed. Okay, so in list, when frequent modifications are needed, we use list, and tuples we use when data should remain constant. Here are the examples. Okay, so see, this is the first tuple example and this is a list example. We have used circular brackets for tuple and square brackets of list. Okay, so tuples are immutable, whereas lists are mutable. Mutable means changeable. Moving on, let's look at the next question that we have. How do you merge two dictionaries in Python? Okay, and then you are given an example like this is part of question only. Okay, so you have one dictionary and then second dictionary, you have to tell how can you merge these two dictionaries. Okay, so to merge two dictionaries in Python, we use the update method or the unpacking operator. Okay, so let's see how it is done. See, first of all, these are the two dictionaries that we have. Okay, and then using update method, how can it be done? So dr direct dictionary 1 plus dictionary 1 dot update dictionary 2. Okay, what this will do, when you will print dictionary 1, then it will be updated. Okay, or merged. See, a1 b1 and then row 1 2. So in this one it is merged. Next is your unpacking operator. Okay, so there are two ways, as I told you. So here we are using unpacking operator to do it. So see, in this way. Okay, merge dictionary is the new dictionary that we have, and here first dictionary we are taking and then second dictionary we are taking, and then in the merged dictionary you will have both the dictionaries merged. Simple if you know it. So let's now move on to the next question. Write a program to check if a number is prime. Okay, so I hope all of you are aware what is a prime number. Prime numbers are numbers which are divisible by itself, like 2, 3, 5. Okay, and then we have 7 and then 11, 13, so on and so forth, right? So these are the numbers which are not like divisible by any other number. They are like divisible by themselves. So we have to write a program to check if a number is prime or not. So first of all, we have written a function is prime, which will check if a number is prime or not, and it will return a boolean value. True means the number is prime, false means the number is not a prime. So this is the base condition. If the number is less than 2, okay, then we will simply return false. Less than 2 means what? Anything, 1, 0 or anything, because prime numbers start from 2 only, right? So that is why we have checked this base condition. This was the base condition. Then what we are doing for I in range 2 to this is basically done to optimize the loop. Okay, n to the power is like n square plus 1 basically. If n mod I is equals to 0, then return false. Okay, at any point if n mod I is divisible, which means any number is divisible by n. For example, if you are taking 5, okay, we will check. Okay, we will check with 2. Is 5 divisible by 2? No. If is 5 divisible by 3? No. Is 5 divisible by yeah, until 1 less it will take. Okay, so it won't count 5 divisible by 5, but yeah, it will check 5 divisible by 3. If it is no, then it will come out and it will give true, which means the number is prime. Let's take the example of 4. Okay, so in 4 what will happen? First it will check, it will start with 2, right? So it will check 4 mod 2 is equals to 0. Yes, it is true. So then it will go into this if condition. If condition is true, and then it will give false, that yes, false is not like 4 is not a prime number. Okay, so in this way the program will execute and it will tell whether based on the true or false value whether it is prime or not. Okay, here we have taken two inputs also, 7 and 10. For 7 it is giving true, for 10 it is not. Okay, moving on to the next question. Write a program to reverse a string. Okay, so you will be having a string and you need to reverse that string. You need to write the code for it. So in Python you can do it using slicing. Okay, so basically what you will do, reverse string, and then string will be passed to that like number whatever the string you want. For example, our string is hello. Then how can we do it? Basically using slicing. So in slicing what happens if you use this? Okay, so what it will do, it will reverse your string and read the string from the last character. Okay, so this will be your output. Okay, so this is the basic program of reversing a string, and this has been asked many times. So I hope like I would tell you that please be prepared with it, and not just in Python. I would highly recommend you to prepare it in your preferred language also. Moving on, SQL table creation for student table. So create a table with name, subject and marks column. So you have to create a basic table, SQL table. Let's see how can you create it. Create table student and then name, varchar, subject varchar and marks integer. Okay, simple SQL query. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section. And guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as I'm going to post more videos for your preparation. Okay, next question is how to find duplicate values in a table using SQL. So you have to use group by and having. Okay, so like you can give this example: select name, subject, count from student table, group by name, subject, and having count greater than 1. Okay, so this is your query to like find duplicate query to find duplicate values. Okay, hope it is clear. Let's move on now to the next one. What are the types of join operators in SQL? So we have different types of joins in SQL. Let's see them one by one. First is your inner join. It returns the matching records from both the tables. Next is your left join, returns all the record from the left table and matching records from the right table. Right join returns all the records from the right table and matching records from the left one. And full join return all the records when there is a matching in either of the table. And example you can take it in this way: select s.name, s.marks, t.subject from s, student s, inner join teacher t on s.subject is equals to t.subject. Okay, so this is your example for joins. Let's now move on to the next one. What are software engineering concepts? Okay, a very important question. Many times it has been asked and it can be asked to you also. Let's see the answer for it. Software engineering focuses on designing, development, testing, maintaining software using principle like. Okay, see, first of all, these are very important. Okay, these are not just random words. These are like phases of software development life cycle. So you have to tell that. Okay, designing, development, testing, maintenance. Okay, so yeah, like there are some principles. Modularity means what? Breaking the software into smaller components. Scalability, ensuring that the system can handle growth. If any later point of time your software has to grow, then it is possible. Version controlling, using Git or GitHub for tracking the changes. If you want to revert back to a previous version, that should be possible. Code optimization, writing efficient and maintainable code. Okay, so these are the software engineering concepts. Moving on, what is waterfall model? Again, one of the questions from SDLC. Okay, or software engineering, you can say. Let's see what can be the answer for this. The waterfall model is a linear sequential approach in software development where each phase is completed before moving to the next. The phase include requirement gathering, system designing, implementation, in which coding is included, testing, deployment, and maintenance. It is best suited for projects where requirements are well defined and unlikely to change. Okay, this is very important, unlikely to change, because if it is likely to change, then we don't have to use waterfall model. There are other models like agile and all. And there is also one more thing which was mentioned in the answer initially only, that is a linear sequential approach in software development where each phase is completed before moving to the next. Okay, this is also very important, because you know, if you don't have the clarity that this phase is completed or not, if you have this thing in mind that, you know, I might have to come back to this current phase again, then waterfall might not be the best model to follow for you. Okay, so hope you got the answer for this one. Moving on to the next one. What is a Scrum meeting? Okay, this is again very important question. A Scrum meeting is a short daily meeting in the agile methodology where team members discuss what they did yesterday, what they are planning to do today, and any roadblocks that they are facing. Okay, Scrum meetings improve collaboration and help teams stay on track in agile projects. So these are the three important events that happens in Scrum meetings, that what was done yesterday, what will be done today, and then if there is any roadblockers. Let's look at this question. Swap two numbers using a temp variable. So how can you do that? You can take three variables, like, okay, first is your first number a, which is like you have initialized it to 5, then b is equals to 10, and then third variable, which is temp variable. How do you usually do the swapping? Temp is equals to a, so initially temp will store what? 5, and then a is equals to b, so a will store 10, and then b is equals to temp. Okay, whatever this value that we have stored in this one. So finally when you will return, your values are swapped. That is, your a is now having 10 and b is having 5. Okay, initially the a was having 5 value and b was having 10. So after swapping, you will get this as your output, where a value will be what? 10 and b value will be 5. So this is how you can swap two numbers using temp variable. Let's see the next question. Swap two numbers without using a temp variable. Again, this question is also being asked many a times, because many of the students or candidates don't know how to, you know, swap two numbers without using a temp variable. They only know we can use extra variable temp and then we can do it. But there is another way. If you don't if you are not allowed to use a temp variable, you can also, again, in that case also you can swap two numbers. Let's see how. So we have taken two numbers, a is equals to 5 and b is equals to 10, and we need to swap the numbers without using a temp variable. What we will do initially, we will do a plus b. Okay, a is equals to a plus b, then b is equals to a minus b, and then a is equals to again a minus b. This will finally swap our numbers, and when you will return a and b, you will get the swap digits. Let's see how this works. So a plus b initially will give what? 5 plus 10, which means a's values will be initially 15. A minus b will be what? 5 minus 10, which means 5, and then finally again a minus b, which means at this point the a value is 15 and b value is 5, so 15 minus 5, 10. So in this way you will have your values swapped. Finally b value is 5 and then a value is 10. This is what we want, right? Initially our a value was 5 and b was 10, and now after swapping it is a is 10 and b is 5. So this way simply you just don't have to do much thing, you just have to remember this pattern, that is plus minus minus, simple, and then your swapping will be done. Let's move on to the next one. So guys, so far we have practiced a lot of questions. Many times these kinds of output based questions can also be asked to you in your interviews. So here is one DIY question for all of you. DIY as in do it yourself. What you need to do is you need to comment down the answer of this question by solving it yourself. I'm not going to tell you the answer of this question. Let's see what is the question. What will be the output of the following C++ code? Here is the code given to you. You need to read this code and see what is happening. Finally, at the end, what is the value of a and b? You have to comment down. I will tell you whether your answer was correct or wrong. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you found the video helpful. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. Make sure to join me on Telegram and Instagram as well. You can ask your queries in the Instagram DM as well. And if you need any content, you can request it on our Telegram channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet to receive all the latest regular updates. I regularly post off-campus drives and preparation related videos for placements on my channel. So that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching the video.